morning, good evening, good afternoon to where you logged into from. So as you've heard, I'm Paul Mbatia. I'll be your instructor for today. And when we were going through the Google form, we saw that majority of you are beginners. So we are more focused into practicals. So we won't do much of a theory. But I'm going to do a quick intro. And let me just confirm first, am I audible enough?
Yes, you are.
Oh, okay, thank you. So I'm just going to do a quick intro and then we dive deep into practicals. So at this juncture, I believe that everyone has a Google account. So all of us can comfortably log into ChatGPT, right? Let me give you guys like 5 minutes so that you open your ChatGPT so that immediately after this presentation, we just dive into practicals. So just open your ChatGPT. Make sure you're logged in so that after this presentation, we'll just kick in immediately. I'm just going to give us 2 minutes and then I start. Okay, I believe now at this juncture we've been in a position to log into our ChatGPT. So here is a quick introduction to prompt engineering. So basically, prompt engineering is more of like programming LLMs. It's more of like programming LLMs. So we'll be looking at what is prompt engineering, how does LLMs works, large language models, and then we'll also be looking at the common prompting techniques, and then we look at the best prompting practices. So basically, a prompt is an instruction that you give to an LLM like ChatGPT. For example, if you want a ChatGPT for it to generate for you an image, the instruction you give, that text draft, is what we call it a prompt. Where else now prompt engineering is where now the art of writing that text in a way that an LLM will understand so that it can give you results that you desire. So the goal of prompt engineering is just to communicate with AI models so that you can get results. So how LLMs works is that they tend to, once you put in the words, they tend to divide them into tokens. And then it uses probability to predict the next word. That's why it's very important for you to structure your prompt in a good way so that an LLM can understand and so that it can perform best and give you best results. So when you're writing your prompt, it's good to look at the length. So you can say, for example, if you want a summary of an AC, you can say, let's say you've uploaded a PDF, you can say summarize this PDF and give an output of an AC of 500 words maximum. When we talk of temperature, we talk about like low and high. It's all about the creativity. Like let's say if you're building a poster using a ChatGPT, you can tell it to produce a poster that has a high definition, a full HD, so that even when you when you update your status, it's not going to be the quality is not going to be affected. Okay. So let's dive deep into now the techniques in place for prompt engineering. So we have one that is called zero-shot prompting. This is where you go to GPT or DeepSeek and you just give it instructions on what you want it to do for you. That art of prompt engineering is what we call zero prompting. Then we have one or few shot prompting. This is where, for example, if you're a vibe coder and for example you want, let's say, to build a website, and you give an instruction to an LLM like ChatGPT, and you tell it, build for me a website that resembles this one, and then you give it a link as an example. So that one we call it short prompting. Then we have now system prompting. This is where now you tell ChatGPT or DeepSeek, you give it instructions in a way that it's supposed to output. You can tell it, output it in form of character, output it as strings, output it as words. You see, that is what we call system prompting. And then now we have role prompting. This is where you assign an LLM an AI role. For example, let's say for example you're having a headache and you want to use an LLM to diagnose you. So you start your prompt by something like act as a doctor with a vast experience with dealing with, let's say issues to deal with headaches. The patient has these symptoms. Advise accordingly. You give an LLM a role so that it can act as that specialist. And then you have now contextual prompting. This is where you give an LLM background information. And now we have this one. These are advanced prompting techniques. We have the chain of thoughts. This is where sorry for that. Chain of thoughts. This is where now you give an LLM, you tell it to explain step by step. For example, if you're a technician and let's say your phone, let's say for example your phone cannot connect to internet and you want now to use ChatGPT to resolve that issue for you. So you give it the problem, your phone is not connecting to the network, and then you tell it to explain step by step on how you're going to resolve that issue. That is called chain of thoughts. And then now we have self-consistency, where you ask multiple times just to compare the results. Like for example, I believe all of us were able to see our posters that were circulating. When I was generating those posters, because I generated them using ChatGPT, sometimes it would hallucinate, and I'd tell it to to refine and fine tune and then regenerate again, so that I can compare and then I pick the best. Then we have now tree of thoughts, and then we have React, and then we have APE. APE is where you let an AI improve your prompt. Is using an AI to write a prompt for you. All these things we are discussing here, we are going to see when we dive into practicals. I don't want to overemphasize in the theory, because we want to focus more on practical because of the time limit. Hope that is okay. Are we together so far? If we are together, you can give me a thumbs up. All right, thank you guys. So here are the prompting best practices. When you're writing your prompt, it is important you use examples. Just use examples. Let's say for example you want an AI to give you output as numbers. For example, you should give it an example. Tell it to output examples to output as numbers, and then you give it like 2 numbers as an example. Also, make sure you're always clear and specific. Use positive instruction, use variables, and also test and illustrate. Illustrate is where now you compare, you give it the same prompt over and over again, and then you compare the output. It's important also to understand that different large language models understand different prompts. There are those that accept image, there are those which accept audio, others accept videos, and others just accept text. So think of prompt engineering as a programming in natural language. Okay? And that marks the end of our presentation. So I would like to jump direct to practical. So are we okay? Do you have any question before now we get into practicals? Any question? If you have a question, you can raise your hand.
Excuse me, Paul.
Yes.
Hi, maybe to enhance your presentation.
Yes.
Maybe you can use Stream Alive, or maybe
Pardon?
you can use a site called Stream Alive.
Stream alive.
Yeah, so to separate, or maybe when you are presenting,
Mm-hmm.
and also maybe when you are giving the bot the instructions.
Okay.
Because of the time, you can use the voice, so you can cover a lot.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
I think we're going to have a setup for that tomorrow.
Okay.
It's thank you for that.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else before we get into practicals? Okay, and then our moderators, if you will be helping me in the comment sections if you guys have questions, and good to go. So Solo has a question. Yes, Solo, you can shoot your question. Okay, if Solo does not have a question, I think we can continue. So now we are going to practicals. Where do we start? Let's start with the 6 key rules. The 6 key rules of a great prompt. You can see my screen, guys, eh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here are the 6 key rules. When you're writing your prompt, it should be clear and specific. You should define your goal, or rather your outcome. You should assign a role. You should provide a context. You should set a constraint. And now you should use an illustrative refinement. So for example, I want someone to give us something that you'd want us to use an LLM for. And then we are now going to use the first prompt engineering technique called using the 6 key rule. Anyone that would want us to a problem that you'd want us to solve?
Can I come? Maybe I would we do maybe we ask the board to do a analysis of the NSC from for 2024.
From January
from January 2024 up to December 2024.
First.
Your microphone is very close to the machine.
Oh, okay.
It is really disturbing.
Okay. Is it now okay?
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Kennedy, you can just unmute yourself and
Am I muted?
no, Paul, you're not muted. It's somebody who had raised their hand. I'm telling them to unmute and ask the question.
Okay.
Kennedy?
Mr. Paul,
Yes.
kindly when you finish typing on your end,
Yes.
you have already typed. Kindly show what you have typed so that you can follow through.
You can see?
Yes, for a minute.
Oh, okay. Sorry for that.
Copy it in the messages if possible.
Okay. Okay. Okay, what I'm doing, I'm using a technique where you use the AI to design for you a prompt, not now refactoring, and then you use that to another platform. Okay. My machine is acting up something. Not opening. I'm going to share these prompts in your emails. For those who registered, you're going to get all these prompts and more. Oops. So for those who registered, you guys, okay. Now what's wrong? Ama, you just allow me to go direct and do it. Okay, finally.
Maybe you can share after the result.
Yeah, okay. Sawa. Because we are almost out of time. That's why I was okay. So let's go to Cloud AI. Okay, no, let's go first to GPT. So here is the prompt, the one that GPT has generated. You're a Python expert. Develop a Python script that sends personalized emails. Okay. Also include sample. Okay. So we copy, but let me not. Okay, let me just come here. You guys just follow through. Okay. Go back to GPT. So I'm going to copy this prompt and then I'm going to paste it to Claude AI. For those who are wondering, Claude AI is also an LLM, but it's perfect for programming. If you want to do anything to build a website, an app, this is the best. I'm going to attach the example. We named it X, if I'm not wrong. I think there's a lot of things running. My laptop is acting up. Okay. It's okay. It's because I'm actually recording this meeting using a certain app that is very heavy, and I'm using 60 fp. So I think that's why it's. Are you guys following? Give me a thumbs up. If you're following, give me a thumbs up. This is the last thing we are doing for tonight, and then we call it a night, a day, or an afternoon, depending with where you're coming from. Okay, and now Claude is going to generate for us the code, the Python code that is going to do what is supposed to do. I'll create a Python script that will send personalized reminder to 1,000. Okay, very nice. If you received an email from us, could you kindly give us a thumbs up? An email, a reminder email today. So that one was, I generated it using Python. So it was an automated instead of sending it to one. So this is how we were able to make such a reminder which sends automatically. So here is our code. Let me just see the features. Okay. CSV, use template. Okay. Connection. Okay. Update.
I have a question on the same.
Okay. Just a minute. Confirm a few things. One out of. Okay. Yes. Kindly ask your question.
Yeah, because before artificial intelligence and the chat GPT, I think developers could just make websites from scratch by
Yes.
coding and using CMSs.
Yes.
Now we can see, are we shifting from coding to now learning how to make prompts? And you need to be very good in making prompts, because if you don't make good prompts, you might end up getting the results of what you don't need, and you might be correcting it once again, just different as someone who is maybe coding or programming. Then at
Yes.
the end of the day, maybe you get that your codes are not working and you go back to fixing them. Does this mean as much as we are going AI way, you need also to go to prompt classes for the tools, for the AI tools to be able to understand you and understand your code? Because I'm getting it like, for you to make a complete website with all the languages, you need to be very professional in how you use prompts, just differently from a programmer who is doing it from scratch.
Yes, you're very correct. You see, now technology is evolving. In the past, as you've mentioned, programmers would develop everything from scratch. But now we see a new wave of vibe coders. Even the the old programmers are now using the AIs to code. Now, what differentiates you and a programmer who has been used to be coding from scratch is that they understand the code. So for you, as you've mentioned, you need to be a pro when it comes to prompt engineering so that you write very good prompts, so that even if it's a line of code that you don't understand, you can copy that line of code, paste it to an LLM, tell an LLM to explain to you what that code does so that you understand. Okay?
Yeah.
But
Is it making work so difficult?
it's
Is it
actually
going to make work so difficult? Because AI is like from this, I think it is making work more difficult. Like it's like we are going to learn again another language, whereby those who studied code, naked codes, have to go back to start studying again a prompt, just like someone who is studying a language from afresh. Is it?
I wouldn't say like learning again. It's more of like Kaizen, a progress in learning, where you have to update yourself. As the technology evolves, you update yourself. Like now, it's going to be very easy because I know, like most of you here, maybe even there's someone who has never made a poster. And tonight, that person has been able to make that poster just using a few lines of a few sentences. And the GPT was able to generate that poster. So it's more of like just update yourself and you're good to go. So I would advise you and everyone else to master the art of prompt engineering. Once you're a prompt engineer, there is nothing you cannot do. You can create websites, you can create posters, you can create such automated scripts like this one to send email even to 2,000 people. You can do a lot of things. You can send, you see, like those guys from committee, the ones that normally, those con people that normally send a lot of messages.
Yeah.
They do it manually. But you see now, when you leverage on tech like this one, you can send even 5,000 messages, 10,000 messages to 10,000 people without you keying in any number. Just have a Python script and then you program it in a way that it's going, you time it, you tell it at a particular time, just execute. And I believe moving forward, we'll also include stuffs to do with agents and many other things. Today is more of an introduction. You will see tomorrow when Caleb will be sharing.
I think also Paul, the thing about AI, the thing about AI will help us do like three main things. One of them being to create
Yes.
that being about this for example what we did with the generative AI being generating posters. Another thing is about the building like the way you are generating a code to build a website. So
Yes.
the AI will help us more like increase efficiency.
Yes.
And maybe when someone may not know when maybe to generate a poster does not know the best AI to use, they can visit a website known as Open Router.
Mm-hmm.
They do a ranking of the new LLMs that are coming up. Maybe if you want a correct AI to do finance, there is a ranking for that. You may find maybe Google Google Voice is good for maybe doing some minutes.
Okay.
Whereas when it comes to ChatGPT, it may not be the best to do that.
Yes.
So maybe we can look at the Open Router. It does ranking of the new LLMs.
Okay. Could you kindly, Edwin, look it up and paste that link there so that people can have a look at it. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Paul, the last one.
Yes.
I just love AI, and just the last question.
Yes.
Yes, Paul, why are you not encouraging people to venture into AI? AI engineering. Instead,
Mm.
you encourage prompt engineering.
Not really encouraging people to go to the prompting engineering. We are gifted differently. There are people who are good when it comes to building models. Like for me personally, I've been learning about building models. So more of like becoming an AI engineer where you create those models like ChatGPT. But you see, people are able differently. There are people who cannot, program and do that, and they can leverage now on becoming masters in prompts. And then now, using those prompts, they can get their desired results.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was feeling like Africa, we still don't have enough content in the AI system. That's why we getting so much outside content when we are maybe filling the prompts.
Yes.
And we also need to venture much into AI engineering and prompt engineering. But also, I think we are still going back to the Zilema technical, Zilema polytechnics.
Yes. Could you kindly use English? We have people from different parts of the world.
Yeah, I'm saying
Yes.
from the because Africa needs to collect more data. The last time before the chat GTP came and this video voice AI tools came, I think Google used to collect. There are so many companies that used to do venture too much into data collection, and from the data collection, I think they got enough data. So I think we also need so many institutions in Africa to help us collect more information so that we get more data into the AI. Like posters, as we have learned, you can see we still don't get the exact feeling of what we want until we tell the prompt, make it African.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for noting that and for sharing that. I think so. This is an encouragement to all of us to venture into AI space because AI is everything as we are moving forward, and it's obvious. Due to interest of time, allow me. I'm going to send this code to your email, and then you can play around it with the instructions how to do it. Because our meeting was supposed to end exactly at 9:30, we are 13 minutes late. So thank you guys. We will share more on your email. So kindly, if you didn't register, you will register. Allow me to hand it over to. Oh, before that, so tomorrow we'll be learning vibe coding. So now, how to use this prompt to create a website, to create a web app. For example, like this one. This is something I was working on recently. Now, this website was created. It's a fumigation company for pest control. It was created using prompts. And if you think it's a good one, tomorrow, trust you me, you will be able to create such. So if you want to create such, create your website, do your own things. You don't have to pay someone a lot of money to build a website for you. Make sure you join tomorrow, okay?
Yes, this is Tom.
Yes.
Could you please share the recordings for those who have not covered all of it? So that we will share the recordings to the groups.
I will. The recording will be shared directly to your email. So only those people who have registered will be able to have access to the recording. So kindly make sure you register. If you didn't register, Joseph is going to share the link to register. Let's receive more announcements from Edwin and Sly. At this juncture, allow me to leave. It was nice having you guys on board. I've enjoyed. Asanteni sana. But before that, if you're not from Kenya, you are from any other country, I would want like to have like 3 people outside Kenya, but within Africa, just to comment. And then if we have someone from now Europe, US, just also to come in and just comment, and then we hand it, then Edwin to take over. Edwin, after this, kindly just take over. Asanteni sana.
So thank you guys.
Yeah, okay. So do you have Any other person from outside Kenya? Okay, so I'll assume it's only that one. So thank you very much, guys, for being with us. Yeah, for staying with us for about 1.5 hours. Yeah, DJ Bada. DJ Bada, you can unmute yourself and speak. Okay. Okay, so mine is just to again thank all of us for being here. You know, AI is the next frontier. As I don't know whether you guys have seen it, but President Trump recently put together a project that is called Project Stargate, and in the project he actually persuaded OpenAI, SoftBank, and Oracle to put down $500 billion towards building data centers so that America emerges the leader in AI. So this is a very important field, and going forward, I think all of us, it's just like how the internet, electricity came, took things over. Internet, now everybody is on the internet. So this is the next frontier, and thank you for being here with us. And we want to form a solid community around AI and just AI lovers. So we have a YouTube channel that we are going to be beginning. So we'll be having a podcast. I'm putting the link of the podcast in the chat. You can go, subscribe, wait as we begin to release content there so that you can be notified, and we can just be vibing together with AI vibes. So the podcast is called AI to the World, and indeed AI to the world, guys. And thanks for being here. So I'll introduce our other moderator, Sylvia, who will also give us her comments and also, close the meeting for us. Thank you, guys.
Just a minute, Ed.
Okay, okay.
Maybe if someone maybe has a compilation like of many prompts saying let's say maybe like 1,000.
Yeah.
Can I share maybe with you, maybe then for those who complete the training tomorrow, maybe
Yeah.
can you can share with them. And also I have a few resources I have compiled
Yes.
on AI, even prompts for different professional like product designers, marketers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I
Yes,
share
please. Yes, please. Yes, please. You
email?
can.
Yes, please share it. Let me share the email there on the chat. You can just send them. We'll highly appreciate.
Okay. Okay. So if no tomorrow, maybe latest Friday. But for those who will complete the training, and also when forming the community, I would request maybe we can do just a web or something community instead of using the normal channels. I think, yeah. That's
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very
Kindly,
much.
Joseph, kindly paste the Master AI email here so that Makinjeri can and
Yes,
anyone
Edwin,
else.
you want to say something?
Yeah, yeah. I'm a trainer by profession in tech, and I also started a channel basically for Kenya on tech. It's called The Public Mic. It's on YouTube. I just want to venture more onto asking people about where they how the AI is actually supporting them. Most of the people, I guess we need to get out, at least for most of the people to understand how to use AIs, because I feel at the moment AI is still professionals, but we need to reach out to every person, businesses. We want to exploit everywhere. So you can go and have public mic. We have Jar too, public mic from be inside there.
Okay, thank you. DJ Bada, your hand is still up. Okay, I think if DJ Bada is okay, Sly kindly.
Can I?
Yeah, thank you very much. Guys, I want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for honoring the invitation and joining the session. And I believe every one of us has like learned a few things. And today we basically introduced it. And then as the host mentioned, or rather the instructor mentioned, tomorrow we're going to have another professional that is going to talk to us about coding and website creation. And I think tomorrow is also as important and would like to have you all. And then there's this issue of having certifications that I think every one of us would want to have in the end of the course. So we'll have a link shared in your emails whereby you're going to register if you want a certification in the end. But that will be an extensive training. Of course, we have tomorrow, and then we'll have an extensive training thereafter. And you shall do that by registering, and then there shall be a small fee in correspondence to that. So, all in all, I want to appreciate you for honoring our invitation and joining in. And thank you very much. Hope to see you tomorrow again, same time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you guys. All the links have been shared for those who want to have certificates. The links have been shared there. Just register. Asanteni sana.